The reason you're busy but still broke isn't because you're not working hard enough. It's because you're working on too many things. In other words, you're busy but in the wrong ways. Back when I was running my first company, I was working all the hours that I was awake, but I couldn't get past $3 million a year. And it wasn't until I learned how to apply my effort deliberately that everything changed.
And that concept of critical mass Alex speaks of is the fulcrum upon which fortunes are built or broken.
It represents the tipping point, that almost magical moment when effort transforms into momentum. He uses the metaphors of a magnifying glass and a party, and they are perfect because they reveal a fundamental, unyielding truth about energy in any system.
Whether it's light, social capital, financial resources, or your own personal effort, power is never a function of sheer quantity, but of focused intensity. 1,000 scattered lights illuminate nothing, but a single, concentrated beam can cut through steel. The deep reason we resist this law of nature is because scattered effort creates a powerful and comforting illusion. It feels like productive activity, allowing us to tick off multiple boxes and maintain a sense of forward motion. This busyness is a balm for the anxious mind, a continuous stream of small, insignificant wins that distract us from a lack of major progress. But beneath this illusion lies a more profound truth. This scattered approach is a sophisticated defense mechanism against the terrifying vulnerability of putting all our energy and our very identity into one single point of failure. It is an emotional hedge, a way to protect our ego from the unfiltered, undeniable feedback that comes from giving one thing our absolute all and finding out if it is truly enough. The core of this issue is a deeply personal battle with our own psychology, a conflict waged between our highest ambitions and our deepest fears. Being busy on 4 different projects is not merely a poor allocation of time. It is a sophisticated shield for the ego. This shield allows us to build a preemptive narrative for failure. If one project falters, we can tell ourselves, well, of course it struggled. I was stretched too thin. We can point to the other 3 as evidence of our effort, preserving our self-image as a capable, hard-working person whose potential was simply diluted. It's an emotional hedge against the singular, devastating blow of failing at the one thing that truly matters. True commitment, the kind that achieves critical mass, is the act of willingly dismantling this shield. It means removing all safety nets and burning the boats, leaving no path for retreat. It demands that you stand naked before your one true goal and accept that its outcome will be an unvarnished reflection of your strategy, your focus, and your will. There are no excuses or alternatives left to hide behind. This absolute level of psychological ownership is existentially terrifying for most, because it inextricably links their self-worth to the result. To avoid this potential pain, the subconscious mind will masterfully orchestrate a state of perpetual busyness, choosing the chronic, low-grade pain of being broke over the acute, potentially fatal pain of a singular, spectacular failure. Alex's point about the word priority is more than just a lesson in etymology. It's a profound philosophical stance on how to orient one's life and business. To have a single, true priority is to distill all the noise of existence into one clear signal. It is an act of supreme clarity that functions as a ruthless filter for every subsequent decision. When you have one priority, you no longer have to debate what to do. You simply ask if the action serves that priority. If it does, you proceed with full force. If it does not, the answer is an immediate and guilt-free no. It is a declaration, not just to your team, but to the universe, about what you truly value, creating an alignment that pulls resources and focus toward it like a gravitational force. The modern corruption of the word into priorities is a symptom of a culture that deeply fears this level of commitment. It's a linguistic loophole we've created to soothe our fear of missing out, allowing us to pretend we are focused while keeping all our options conveniently open. This paradox, claiming focus while practicing diffusion, is where potential goes to die. By refusing to truly choose one path, we subconsciously choose to fail slowly and across multiple fronts, ensuring none of our parties ever gain the energy to truly begin. Now, consider the invisible cost of this approach, the immense cognitive load. Your mind, for all its brilliance, is not a modern computer. It is not designed for parallel processing complex, novel tasks. Every time you switch your attention from your new product to your ad campaign to hiring a new salesperson, you are forced to pay a steep mental tax. This is context switching, and the fee is paid in your most valuable currencies, time and energy. With each switch, Your brain must unload the entire mental model of the last task and painstakingly load the complex details of the new one. This process is never clean.
It leaves behind what psychologists call attention residue, where thoughts of the previous task linger and contaminate your focus on the current one.
This residue fragments your deep thinking, making it impossible to reach the profound insights that only come from sustained concentration.
It's like trying to fill 4 buckets with a slow leaking hose.
You spend all your time frantically moving the hose back and forth, with much of the water spilling on the ground between buckets.
At the end of a long, exhausting day, you are left with 4 shallow, useless puddles instead of 1 full, valuable bucket. The cost isn't just on a spreadsheet in the form of missed deadlines.
It's a deep drain on your most precious and finite
resource, your focused attention.
It's the silent killer of quality, the source of burnout, and the guarantor of mediocrity. This is why the most dangerous thing for an entrepreneur is not a bad idea, but a good idea.
Bad ideas are often easily dismissed by logic, but a good idea is far more treacherous because it is seductive. It bypasses your rational mind and speaks directly to your ambition and your hope.
It offers a potent hit of dopamine, a vivid daydream
of a better future that provides a temporary escape from the difficult, grinding reality of your current work. This new, unblemished idea has no flaws, because it has not yet faced the brutal test of execution. It exists only in a perfect state of potential.
But an idea without the undivided resources to bring it to life immediately transforms from an asset into a liability.
It becomes a ghost that haunts your to-do list, creating a constant, low-level anxiety and a feeling of inadequacy.
Every time you hit a roadblock on your main priority, this ghost whispers of an easier, more exciting path.
The true discipline, then, is not found in the creative act of generating more ideas, but in having the wisdom to imprison them on a list, as Alex does. This is not an act of killing them, but of honoring them, acknowledging they are too valuable to be pursued with a half-hearted, divided effort. It is the conscious choice